Hare Krishna, everyone. Today is the fourth day of our Jhulana Yatra festival. Over the last few days, we have had the opportunity on the first day to hear from His Grace Baladev Prabhu from Chowpatty. And on the second and third
Hare
days,
Krishna, everyone.
we had the opportunity
Today
to hear
is
from
the fourth day of our Jhulana Yatra.
from His Grace Vishwarup Prabhu over the last 2 days. And today, we have the opportunity to hear from His Grace Bhadra Prabhu. Bhadra Prabhu is a very special devotee, and one of the things that stands out to me about him, especially keeping with the theme of the previous day's programs, it was like we were getting a veritable darshan of the holy Dham through the association of the previous devotees. One of the things that Bhadra Prabhu is known for is that almost every year he attends Brajmandal Parikram in Vrindavan. Brajamandal Parikram takes place traditionally during the month of Kartik, and it's a pilgrimage whereby devotees go on foot to all the different holy pastime places of the Lord. They engage in kirtan, they honor prasad together, they engage in Krishna. And Bhadra Prabhu is one of the devotees who serves devotees by being part of that parikram team along with Lokanath Maharaj and others. So I'm sure tonight you will give us darshan of the holy Dham through his katha. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Bhadra Prabhu and turn over to him for tonight's class. Hare Krishna. And if possible, devotees can turn their cameras on so it can be more personal. Hare Krishna. Bhadra Prabhu, over to you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for allowing me to serve all of you after a long time. Thank you. I hope you all are in good health, first of all. And I'm sorry to still hear that you still are under lockdown, which is whole world is practically open, as sounds to me. You all are in lockdown. But I guess devotees always take in a positive direction. But this lockdown helps us to read and more, isn't it? Read more and more and chant more and associate more through Zoom and have more and more classes. So that is a positive side for us, isn't it? So anyhow, we hope that you all are safe, not affected by this COVID. Devotees are rare, and you all are diamonds in the eyes of Srila Prabhupada to go on spreading his message. So thank you for allowing me to share something about this Jhulana Yatra, and also tomorrow is Lord Balaram Appearance Day. So I will talk something little bit about Jhulana Yatra, and I'm sure you have the classes are going on for last 3-4 days, and devotees must have talked about Jhulana Yatra anyhow. I'm sure you must have heard it. But I will mention few things, and then we will dive into Lord Balaram's appearance, his identity, his appearance, and his mood. We'll talk about that today. Okay. So let's first spread the pranam mantra. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadhati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padanu Sahagana Sri Lalita Sri Vishakhatamsya हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीना बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कंचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसिद्धे प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुवस्य कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So as far as Jhulana Yatra is concerned, in the Anand Vrindavan Champu by Kavi Kanpur, in the last chapter he is describing this swing festival. And it is a description which is so in detail about how everybody is engaged in the service to have this swinging festival, to have this swinging festival, to please Radha Damodar, Radha Shyam Sundar. And when the Devi is making all the arrangements, everything, and it is in this Anand Vrindavan Champu, this Kavi Kanpur is describing so details, and if you go to that detail, it will take more than 1 hour to talk about it. How the presiding deities, then different trees, desire trees, Harichandan trees, cooing birds, deer, moonlight, Vrindadevi's forest guards, Devtas, Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, Kinnaras, goddesses from different forests, and this all how they are enhancing the pastimes of this Radha Krishna swing festival. And the swing festival gives us the mood of Vrindavan. Vrindavan means always festivals. Krishna consciousness means always festivals. That's what Krishna does in Vrindavan. What does he do in Vrindavan? Krishna, what does he do? He plays around. That's it. Herd the cows, plays around with the gopas, and at night he goes to Ras dance and associate with all the gopis. That's what he does. He just enjoys. That's what he does, you see. But the point is that everything in Vrindavan is conscious. That's the point. Even Krishna wearing the jewelry, the jewelries are also conscious. Grass is conscious, trees are conscious, creepers are conscious, everything is conscious. See? And everything in Vrindavan and Braj has the one thing they do. What they do want to do? They want to please Krishna, serve Krishna and please Krishna. And that's what we'll talk about in Lord Balaram's pastime. Why he appeared. Srila Prabhupada, we say SP, right? Srila Prabhupada, SP. So serve Krishna and please Krishna. That's what Srila Prabhupada mood was. See, SP, serve and please his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. See, so in this pastime, Jhulana Yatra is as you know, there is the Guru Purnima. It is like a springtime. And that's why there is a color festival, right? During Guru Purnima. And then after that, it gets so hot, so dried. And during that time we have the Chandan Yatra, and we also have the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, Snan Yatra, and then Rath Yatra, where Lord Jagannath is pulled back to Vrindavan, right? So after that, after having so much heat, summer, so temperature high, there is a time comes when it's rainy season. Rainy season starts. And when it's the rainy season starts, monsoon starts in India, then the air is thick, heavy, and humid with the heat and the rain. And in this midst of rainy seasons, all the fields are fields with when jungles are filled with green, lush green. Everything is green. Summer everything was dry, and everything now is green. Beautiful. Rivers have the water. Rivers are filled with water, and everything lush and green. And everybody's happy. When it rains, from the heavy summer, when it rains, everybody's so happy. Enjoy. So at that time, during this month, what happens is that it is a tradition in India. It was tradition from that time, that the girls from their husband's house, they go to their parents' house. Brother comes to take their sister from her husband's house, bringing back to her maternal home. See? And then she is there, she stays for 1 month. And this tradition, I don't know at present, but I think this tradition is still going on in the Braj. If you go interior Braj, you can hear this. So, this was festival before there was a festival of Haryali. Haryali means green, everything is green. You must have seen it in Vrindavan. In all the temples, everything is green. Everything around there, Krishna Balram, if you see Krishna Balram and Radha Shyam, if you have seen the pictures for last couple of days, everything is made. It's like, all the fruits are hanging on Radha Shyam Sundar, if you see in the Krishna Balram temple. Everything is leaves and green surround, and all the deities are also wearing green. Say, Haryali. So this is the one time here Radharani is in Javat at Abhimanyu's place. Jatila Kutila is her mother-in-law and sister-in-law, right? And the Sridham, his brother and Sridham, supposed to come to bring Radharani back to home, to Barsana. But he was late. And she's keep waiting and waiting and waiting. She was crying. She was crying in such a way, it's like a big river is flowing. Like that. Because she wants to go back to see her parents. But here Jatila and Kutila, they always give her some work to do all the time. They would not allow her. Because they know that she goes, then this black boy Krishna will come and he will give trouble. Because black boy Krishna had already given trouble to a couple of times before. There are a couple of pastimes that's a different pastime. That's a different, some other time to talk about. So finally Sridham is coming with so many gifts to give to Jatila and Kutila, because Sridham knows that if I don't give a gift, then Jatila Kutila will say, no, she cannot go there. So he's bringing so many gifts. And Jatila Kutila is when he comes to Jatila Kutila, no, she cannot go. She has a lot of work to do here. But then Sridham said, but I've brought a lot of gifts for you. Please take it. Please, lot of gifts, take it. So then they are happy. Okay, she can go. But she can go, but we have to make sure that black boy doesn't bother her. So this way, Sridham is bringing Radha back to Barsana. And of course, she is very happy to see. She is very happy to have seeing the parents and all the Sakhis, all her Lalita, Visakha, Tungvidya, Champaklata, Indulekha, Sridevi, Sudevi, all these 8 Sakhis and all other. She is very happy to see. And the Vrinda Devi is arranging these pastimes of Jhulana Yatra. And Vrinda Devi is arranging in such a, it is Kavi Kanpur. Now who is Kavi Kanpur? That's another thing we can discuss. Kavi Kanpur is the son of Sivananda Sen, who was associate of Lord Chaitanya. And Kavi Kanpur was known, as a young boy, he was known as a Puri Das. And as a Puri Das, when he was little boy at that time, Lord Chaitanya put his toe in the Puri Das's mouth. Lord Chaitanya himself did that. And then Puri Das had composed a Sanskrit verse glorifying Krishna. And also, and Lord Chaitanya told him that you are like a poet, Kavi means poet. You are like a poet, nicely describe the ornaments of the ear of Braj Gopis. See? So you will be known as Kavi Kanpur. And this Anand Vrindavan Champu describes all the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. And this pastimes gives the glimpse of the spiritual world. That's what it is. Glimpse of the spiritual world and how everybody is absorbed in serving Radha and Krishna. So as a sadhaka, we are sadhaka. As a sadhaka, it is good to know, good to hear and share with others this, to help us to reach to the spiritual world. And he's describing it is like a grow means it's like kunja means a grow of the trees. And it's like it describes it as just few things like a desired big desired trees, and they are in the top. They are like they are tangled with each other on the top, like making a big groves, and the moon sign can come from there. And then in that big grows, big grows. And then in that there is a Harichandan trees. And Harichandan trees are also like a strong, sturdy. See? And in the middle, that Harichandan trees are like a pillars. And the middle, there is a big golden platform. And all the 4 sides, there are 4 swings, and there is a main big swing with the golden ropes. They are tied up. See? And it is the presiding deities of this one. She has made all the arrangements. Everything is there for Artik paraphernalia, Agura, all the musk and all the different oils and all different flowers, all kinds of different flowers are there. And it's like a whole grove, beautiful scenery. It is described in so detail in this Anand Vrindavan chapter. And the cooing birds are there also to chirping. Also there is a, also one Devis had made all the arrangement. Also forest guards, there is also forest guards. They are decorating all the canopies on the top. See. And all the Devtas and wives and Sitas and Vidyadharas, Charanas, Kinnaras, all they are with their drums and with all the instruments, they are singing the glories. Whole atmosphere is surcharged with the glories of Radha Krishna. And lots of instruments playing, singing, dancing, because they want to invite the Radha Krishna, Radha Shyam to come, Radha Damodar to come. Swing on this. And all these girls, they are like their eyes are like a doe-eyed. It mentions like a doe-eyed. And they are large, gentle. That means they have the large, gentle, dark eyes. And then Krishna enters. Here when she comes home, then it is everybody, she is free. She is free. They want the Vrishabhanu, and they allow her to go everywhere, in all the 12 forests. They allow them. She allowed them. And she is going in all the forests like that, in every forest. This is the way it is described. And she goes, and then Krishna is on the left hand side. Krishna's left hand is on the shoulder of Radharani. He comes, and they are invited to sit on the swing. And then the swing is not just moving just like in our temple. We have to be careful that it is moved this way and that way. But this swing moves east, west, north, south, round, like that. And all the gopis and everybody is involved in this process. There is also peacocks. Peacocks are calling out, Kio, Kio. Who are these two persons? And this way, there is also Chandravali's group. Chandravali's group is on Krishna's right hand side, and the Radhika's group is on the left hand side. See? And they have also brought the colors and throw the colors in the sky. See? And then the Krishna, they have also bring the pichkari, we call the needle, to color everybody. See. One group colors to other group colors to one group, like that. See. So this way, this festival is enjoyed, is celebrated. And we are so fortunate that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we can also take part in this festival of this Jhulana Yatra in our respective temple. So, of course, you have the good facility there. Your temple is in the groves practically in Trinidad, right? It's in the groves, in the forest kind of situation, where you can also have the Radha Krishna outside. In Alachua for last couple of days, because of the COVID is little bit going up in Florida, but we have the Jhulana Yatra right outside, not in the temple room. They had on the big tree, they have put the swing outside, so everybody can swing Radheshyam. And of course in Vrindavan, in all the temples, This Jhulana Yatra goes on until the tomorrow, Balaram's appearance day. Some temples go on for more days like that. So the purpose is to engage, by hearing this festival, about this festival, we can get the glimpse of the spiritual world, and we can also, engage in some service to please our deities in our respective temple. That mood is there, it's festival mood. Jhulana Yatra, then Lord Balaram's appearance day, then we have this Janmashtami, then we have Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja, then we have the Radharani's appearance day, right? So this way is a lining of all the festivals. So it's a festival mood all the time. And that's what Krishna consciousness is. Krishna consciousness is not a dry process. It's not dry. It's always some festival. And by Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we are celebrating, we are getting some glimpse of this festival, Jhulana Yatra and other festivals. As I said, it is so detailed, described in detail. If you have a book, Anandavan Champu, you can read the last chapter, which is chapter, I think it's chapter 22, the Anandavan Champu. You can read it, and you can get more information about this Jhulana Yatra. And Srila Prabhupada has also written given some lectures, something he has mentioned about this Jhulana Yatra festival. So I won't take much time for the Jhulana Yatra, but we want to dive into Lord Balaram today. Okay. So now, for Lord Balaram I will read the 10th canto, 2nd chapter, text 13, about the Lord. It is said, I will read a translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is 10th canto, chapter 2, text 13. Is that okay? We can start with Lord Balaram now. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, perfectly fine. Perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Thank you. So, the translation of this 13th text is that the son of Rohini will also be celebrated as Sankarshan because of being sent from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. He will be called Rama because of his ability to please all the inhabitants of Gokul. And he will be known as Balabhadra because of his extensive physical strength. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. These are some of the reasons why Balaram is known as Sankarshan. Balaram, or sometimes Rama. Thank you. In Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. People sometimes object when Ram is accepted as Balaram. But although devotees of Lord Ram may object, they should know that there is no difference between Balaram and Lord Ram. Here Srimad Bhagavatam clearly states that Balaram is also known as Rama, Rameti. Therefore, it is not artificial for us to speak of Lord Balaram as Lord Ram. Jayadev Goswami also speaks of three Rams, Parshuram, Raghupati Ram, and Balaram. All them are Ramas. This is the... Now, so we will talk about the Lord Balaram's identity. We will talk about the appearance of Lord Balaram, and then we will talk about the mood of Lord Balaram. Now in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the in the Adi Leela in chapter 5, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in text 4, chapter 5, text 4, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagwan Tahare Dvitiya Deho Sri Balaram. Swayam Avatari Krishna Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagwan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna in the fountainhead is the fountainhead of incarnations. Lord Balram is his second body. So what he is saying is that Lord Balram is the first expansion, right? Then there is a quadruple, Pradyumna, Niruddha, right? Those four quadruple. But the Lord Balram is the first expansion. And Krishna is the Supreme Personality. So Lord Balram is also Supreme Personality. He is the first expansion of Godhead, but he is also Supreme Personality of God. And I say, Tahare Dvitiya Deha Sri Balaram. Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport that Lord Krishna, the Absolute Personality of Godhead, is the primeval Lord, the original form of Godhead, and his first expansion is Sri Balaram. The personality of Godhead can expand himself in the innumerable forms. The forms that have unlimited potencies are called Swamsa, and forms that have limited potencies, living units, are called Vibhinamsa, which is we are Vibhinamsa. So he is the first, but he as, and then he says in next verse he says, Eka hi swarupe dohe bhinna matra kaye adye kaye ahavyuha Krishna lilar sahaya. So the first is the Lord Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna, the first expansion of Godhead. And second is that Krishna and Balaram are non-different. Means they are saying that their potency, they have the same potency. They have the same power. Only the difference is in the form. They have same power, same potency. Means the point is that Krishna, only the form is different. See. So Krishna is of course black is cloud, rainy, blackish cloud, and the Balram is like a spring cloud, white, cheap, spring cloud. So this is the way is the Krishna, Balram. In the form they are different, but they both have the same potency. There is no difference in their potency. Now we know that the Krishna, Balram is the first expansion, chief among all the quadruple expansions. But then here it says, Adya Kaya Vyaho Krishna Lilar Sahai. But what is the, so this is a third identity, he is the first chief expansion. And then he said he is the foremost, this is the third reason, fourth reason, he is the foremost assistant in the Krishna's pastime. He is the foremost assistant in the Krishna's pastime. So that means the bodily expansion is different, but they have the same potency. Now that the question can be raised that how is that possible? Sometimes you find the same features, right? In the material world you can find there are twin brothers. If the twin brothers are there, then you find the same features, but the potency are not the same. Both are individually different, right? Take the example of Pankajangri Prabhu and Jananivas Prabhu in Mayapur. I mean, it is difficult to figure out who is who. Even Srila Prabhupada had one time difficulty to figure it out. The one time who was one of them was sweeping the floor, and Srila Prabhupada said he thought it's Jananivas or anyhow one of them was there, and he said, "What you doing here, Srila Prabhupada? Jananivas, what are you doing here?" So then he said he had to Srila Prabhupada say to Srila Prabhupada, "I'm Pankajangri, not Jananivas." So we can see in the material world the twins, they have the same form, but they don't have the same potency, different potency. But here in Krishna and Balaram, they have the same potency, but the forms are different. See? And in Krishna Lila also, we have the example of Uddhava. Uddhava exactly looked like Krishna. And actually he would wear the Krishna's dress. Krishna would wear the dress, and he would not wear the same dress next day. So as a prasadam, Uddhava would wear those dresses. And when Uddhava came to Vrindavan, bringing the message of Krishna, at that time Uddhava exactly looked like Krishna. Everybody, Vrajvasi, thought Krishna is back, Krishna is returned, Krishna is returned. See, they thought that way. And Uddhava was a disciple of Brihaspati. He was a very learned scholar. And that's why Krishna had sent him to see that you are a learned scholar, but you go to Vrindavan and see my Brajvasis. Their love is higher than what you experience, in a sense. So he was sent. But Uddhava had not the same potency. Uddhava not of the Vishnu Tattva. So this way the Krishna and Balaram, their identity is there. They are the same potency, but different features. And there is a familiar conversation when Srila Prabhupada, when he was in Kumbh Mela. You must have heard it. And Srila Prabhupada is also writing in the purport about the two devotees. One was talking, one is saying, Srila Prabhupada, when we chant Hare Krishna in the Ram is, one devotee say no, Balaram, another devotee say Ram. Who is right? They went to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said both are right. Similarly, there was conversation during the Kumbh Mela. Bhavanand Prabhu said that only difference between Krishna and Balaram is that Krishna is black and Balaram is white. Then Jamuna Mata said no. She said no. Krishna enjoys only with Radharani. This is the only difference. This is Balaram is not, and this is the difference. So argument was going back and forth. So finally, Tamal Krishna Maharaj went to Srila Prabhupada, and he's asking Srila Prabhupada, the Brahmananda is saying that the only difference between Krishna Balaram is Krishna is black, Balaram is white. Srila Prabhupada said, he is right. But then he said, Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, but Jamuna Mataji is saying that only Krishna plays with Radharani, nobody else. Srila Prabhupada, she is also right. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj, how can it be two people right at the same time? This is confusing. Then Srila Prabhupada said, you are right. Then Srila Prabhupada said, but then Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, but there must be one correct answer, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, you decide. And then Srila Prabhupada quoted this verse, which is Krishnadas Kaviraj is mentioning. He is saying that Sakala Sambhave Krishna kichu mithya nahi. For Krishna, everything is possible. Whatever Krishna says, whatever he does is all right. So you decide. He quoted the sloka to them. So we cannot understand this sometimes in the beginning stage. But as we practice Krishna consciousness, because our knowledge is limited, but as we practice Krishna consciousness, Krishna reveals the truth. So Lord Balaram is the first expansion in the spiritual world, which is a long time. We don't know that time. Now we're talking about his appearance. We talk about his identity. We talk about his appearance now. And the Lord Balaram is in the spiritual world is expansion. When it happens, it's long time. But we can talk about what is the reason of Lord Balaram appearance? What is the cause of appearance of Lord Balaram? We cannot celebrate his first expansion in the spiritual world. We can at least celebrate when he appears here in this material. And when he appears in the material world, he appears with certain relationship with Krishna. Now in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned that in the same chapter, it's mentioned here, text number, yes, the text number 150 in chapter 5. He says, Ramera charitra sabha dukhera karan swatantra lilai dukha sahena Lakshman. So in the previous yuga, Lord Balaram appeared as a brother of Lakshman, a brother of Lord Ram. And Ram was the elder brother and the Lakshman was the younger brother. And the whole if you see the activities of if you see the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra of the Ramayana, then you can find that there are many of the things are like sufferings, right? Ram is going to sent to Vanvas. Then he's going to be thrown. The next day he's sent to Vanvas for 14 years. And then also Janak leaves his body, right? And then Ravana kidnaps Sita Devi, and then to perform the Agni Pariksha, Ram had to fight, kill Ravana, right? Agni Pariksha, and after that, the people of the Ayodhya think that this Sita is kidnapped touched by other, and Ram accepted. So Ram banishes Sita in the forest. And all this Agni Pariksha and all these things, and bringing the Sita to a forest, which is done by who? Lakshman. Right? Lakshman had to do this as a younger brother, because it is tradition that younger brother usually takes care of whatever elder brother says. Younger brother usually follow it. So that way, here Lakshman had to. Ram says to Lakshman, "Now you bring the fire and let Sita pass through the fire. You bring Sita to the forest, right?" So this is what Lakshman had to do. So it in next one it says, "Nisheda karite nare jate chota vai Maunadari rahe Lakshman, man dukha paye. As a younger brother, he could not stop Lord Ram from his resolution, and so he remained silent, although unhappy in his mind. He was unhappy to do this thing, Master. To do this, all the activities what Ram was telling him to do. So then he decided, as a younger brother, then he decided that now this whole pastime of Ramayana is a Karunaras, mellow of sadness, which is also, mellow of sadness is also, in the spiritual world, it is mellow of sadness is also happiness, bliss. In the material world, mellow of sadness means sadness, no happiness. In the spiritual world, mellow of sadness is also happiness. And that's why when you see the Ramayana series, if you have seen the Ramayana series, you can see Lord Ram, he doesn't smile completely. Half smile and half sadness. You can notice it in the Ramayana series. So all tragedy. So in the material world, it's just perverted reflection of original rasa. In the spiritual, it is pure. So this way, Lakshmana had to perform all these activities, all these things which Ram was telling him to do. But inside he was feeling so much sad to do all these things. So next time he decided that next time I'm going to not come. I'm going to come as an elder brother of Krishna, or Ram. I don't want to be younger brother. But he didn't come elder brother with understanding that now I'm going to challenge my brother. No, he didn't come with that purpose. His purpose was there were two purposes. And that is also Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning in the Chaitanya Charita. And two purposes that he mentioned is the Balram is to serve Krishna and to please Krishna. SP. Serve Krishna, please Krishna. So as elder brother, he didn't have to do as did in Treta Yuga. Right? And that's why he's the same potence, that's why he's known as the, Balram is known as the Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead. Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead means he is the supreme most servant of Krishna. Balram is the supreme most servant of Krishna. And we see in Krishna's pastimes, many of the Krishna's pastimes. Krishna, Balram is the pillow, Balram is a Brahman thread, Balram is everything Balram. So that's why now in Srila Prabhupada, why we have Krishna Balram temple in Vrindavan? Why we have Krishna Balram temple in Vrindavan? It's the first temple. All the temples, if you go in Vrindavan, you find Radha Krishna, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Gopinath, Radha Govind, they was so different. Radha Raman and all these temples, right? Radha Krishna. But there is no Krishna Balram. And Srila Prabhupada established Krishna Balram temple. Why? Because Krishna is the fountainhead of spiritual knowledge. Krishna is holding the sword of knowledge. Krishna giving the sword of that knowledge. See? But we are not strong enough. We are weak. We cannot leap. We have no power to leap that sword. We have no power to leap that sword. That sword of knowledge, we have no power. So, because sword is heavy, see, can't live. So we need a strength, we need a courage, we need a power to lift that sword of knowledge. And that power is given by, courage is given by, strength is given by Balaram. Bala, powerful. See. So if we have the, see, so all the spiritual knowledge is no use if you cannot use it. We can have the knowledge of all the books of Srila Prabhupada, yeah, that is good. But if we don't use it in our practical in our life, then there is no use. There is no use. So the Balaram is the one who gives the strength. And how they gives the strength? He gives the strength by cutting off attachment, knots of ignorance. Cut off all our attachments, the material world. Detach, but attach to Krishna. Not just detach. We have to positive path also means attach to Krishna. So that is by the Balaram. So we need the both. We need the sword of knowledge. See. And we also need the strength, we need the courage, we need the power. And that power giver is Balaram. And that's why when the spiritual master gives instructions to do something, then with that instruction, power also comes, strength also comes, provided that we are willing to follow it. Provided that we are willing to follow exact instruction. And we have example of Srila Prabhupada. Right? Srila Prabhupada was given the first one instruction in the beginning, first time. Go this preach a message in the English language. That's it. And then another instruction was print the books. But Srila Prabhupada had that conviction, determination to do that. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj gave that instruction, at that time, with that instruction, power was already there. You see, strength was already there in following instructions. And Srila Prabhupada had that strong determined desire to do it. And he did it. Because with that instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, that strength, courage was there. So that's why to understand how to use that sword, Srila Prabhupada established Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan. And this is important to know. Because one of the disciples in the early days, who was coming from the hippie background, he was in Vrindavan with Srila Prabhupada. And he's asking Srila Prabhupada the questions. He asked Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada, if the devotee has the illicit sex in Vrindavan, he asked this question. If the person engaged in illicit sex in Vrindavan, what happens? Srila Prabhupada said, you will become either a monkey or a pigeon or a dog in Vrindavan. Then he asked a second question. He said, what happens, Srila Prabhupada, that devotee cannot control his tongue and he eats all kind of things in Vrindavan, what happens? Srila Prabhupada said, you become a hog in Vrindavan. Then he asked a third question. He asked a third question to Prabhupada and he said, Srila Prabhupada, what happens if the devotee goes on the bank of the Jamuna and smoke ganja? What happens? Then Srila Prabhupada said, you become hippie in San Francisco. So this is the way. Then Srila Prabhupada said, you are sitting in the most holy place of all the holy places in Vrindavan. You are asking these questions. Asking these questions, he said. How will we have illicit sex? What about taking abominable things, smoking ganja? He said, what is the point of coming to Vrindavan? And that's why Srila Prabhupada recommended that people should not stay here in Vrindavan long time. And the devotees who are staying in Vrindavan, they have to set an example. They have to live like a Goswamis. And he said that in other temples, people did not scrutinize. But in Vrindavan, the people will scrutinize all our devotees. All the people of Brajbha, they will scrutinize how our devotees. So he said, establish a standard for devotees to stay in Vrindavan. So this is the spiritual knowledge. To understanding the spiritual knowledge is not sufficient. We need spiritual strength, determination, practice it. So we need the help and mercy of Lord Balaram. Now, if you have the knowledge, if you know if you have the ingredients for anything you do, you need the knowledge, strength for any activity. Knowledge, strength, and kriya, action, activity. Right? That's what we need. All these things. So Krishna has the three. Krishna. We say that Krishna Balaram is the original Guru Tattva. We say that, right? He's the original Guru Tattva. He's the original Guru. We say Balaram. What is that means? So that is described that Krishna has in the spiritual world. He has the spiritual. Krishna has manifested through his he has three potencies. He has a Sandhini potency, Sandhini, Samvit, and Ladini. These are the three potencies. Means, so in the material, but Sandhini potency means through the Sandhini potency is all the ingredients are there. Potency through which ingredients are composed of it's called Sandhini. Sandhini potency means all the things which are needed, the spiritual, the pasture grounds, rivers, clothes, fluids, beds, shoes, everything which is needed to please Krishna is manifested through the Sandhini potency. So it is important that Sandhini potency is there. But then if everything is there, but what to do with it? How to utilize it? These things. It's important how to utilize those things. In spiritual world, everything is utilized for the Sandhini potency of Krishna has manifested everything to please him. But how to utilize that? That knowledge potency, which is a sambit potency. So the point is that ingredients are there, but how to use them, what quantity, that knowledge has to be obtained. So who has that knowledge, can knowledge how to use it? The spiritual world is all ingredients created by Sandhini potency in respect to please Krishna, that is by the understood by the knowledge, and which is the given by Sambit potency. And when all the ingredients which we have, that is used by the knowledge given by Balaram, then you experience that. That experience is given, and that is the experience given, that is the Ladini potency. And Ladini potency is the Radharani. So like if you have a college, right? If you have a curriculum, and you have an instructor, right? If you have all the course, you have an instructor. And then whether you're going to pass, you follow the instructor's instruction. Then you're going to, Radharani will allow, Radharani will see that you pass or you fail. Right? And you pass it, then Radharani allows and says to Krishna, please accept him. That's why in the Vrindavan, everybody Brajvasis call out first Radhe, 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 Radhe. Right? They want the mercy of Radharani. By the mercy of Radharani, they know that Radharani will tell to Krishna, please accept this guy. See? So, Sandhini potency. So basically, Sandhini potency provides facility. Sambit potency provides knowledge, and Ladini potency provides experience. Example is given of you have rasmalai. Very tasty, isn't it? But what is rasmalai made up of? Milk and sugar, right? But we drink milk and sugar at night also. We drink, every night we drink, devotees drink milk and sugar, isn't it? Is it exactly like rasmalai? No. Right? Different taste. So the milk ingredients are there, but how to make it? The rasmalai, that knowledge, how to make it, that is sambit potency. That is the sambit potency. And then you taste that rasmalai is different taste than what you have in milk and sugar. It's different taste, isn't it? Rasmalai tastes different. See? So this is what is the Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram is the Lord. Now we have to have the knowledge. We have to have the knowledge how to use it. If you have let's say if you have a computer, and if you have also the cell phone, but you don't have knowledge how to use it. If you don't have what is the use? Right? You cannot experience it. You can't get the how to use it. You don't know, right? So you can see the objects you want to experience, but without the knowledge you cannot put together experience. Example was given. This is the example of this nice example, Radha Govind Maharaj. Radha Govind Maharaj, when he came first time to United States, in the airport, the doors open automatically. When you go, doors open automatically, right? You go through it. So Radha Govind Maharaj, he saw in the front of his man, the man passed and the door open automatically. Because usually, we think there is a switch, they have to press the switch and the door will open, right? But these are automatic doors, it opens. So he thought he should also pass through. He passed through. And the door had passed through, door closed. But there was another door in the front. So he thought, I'm stuck here in middle now. Where to go? There is no switch or anything to press the button to open the door. But then from the front side, one policeman was coming with his big dog. And as dog came and dog first came and behind is a policeman. So as dog came, the door opened automatically. And the dog came and put dog into the policeman. Then Radha Govind Maharaj thinking, is it interesting? Even dog can open this door. If the dog can open this door, then Krishna in the prison house, when he took a birth, he cannot open the doors of all the Kamsa's prison doors. He cannot open it. What is difficulty for Krishna? Krishna can open the door, all the doors. If dog can just open this automatic door, Krishna can open all the doors. But that requires the knowledge. If we don't have that knowledge, then we don't know how to use it. So this is the Sambit potency, Sandhini potency, which provide the facility, is the predominant deity. The predominant deity of the Sandhini potency is Lord Balaram, who creates all the facilities. And the predominant deity of the Sambit potency, knowledge-giving potency, is Baladev. And the predominant deity of Ladini potency is Srimati Radharani. To experience bliss, Radharani is in charge. So the mercy of Radharani is needed. Baladev provides all facility. Baladev provides training like teacher. But the examiner is Radharani. And that's why when we say to reach Lord Chaitanya, we have to go through Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is none other than Balaram. And without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, you cannot reach to Radharani. See, Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna hi anya. Lord Chaitanya is none other than Radha Krishna. But to approach Radha Krishna, to Lord Chaitanya, we have to go through Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda, when we go through Lord Nityananda, then we are approaching. That's why Lord Nityananda's mercy in the Kali Yuga is needed. Without the Radharani's mercy, you cannot experience Krishna's mercy. She is finally decided. And she says to Krishna how to accept. So how the Guru is connected with Balaram? Just like this temple is also replica of spiritual world. Take the example, we have the example, say this all the trees, take the example of the mirror. We use the mirror in the pujari room, right? To show the deities. Then after the Shringar Arati, after the Lord is dressed, we show the mirror to the deities, right? To see, right? Now, this mirror, when we go to barbers, that mirror is usually used by barber. In the back, they show us that did they cut the right hair or not. Did they cut the proper way, the hair cut done or not, right? But we didn't know that too, that mirror is used in the Krishna service like that. Did we know that? We didn't know that. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we know that mirror is used. Oh, his mirror is also used in the service of Krishna. So, in the spiritual world, you have all the tamal trees, kadambas trees, animals, birds. The residents of this Vrindavan, they are Brajvasis. And the guru is connected with Balaram, and that's why when we enter the altar, we chant the Guru Pranam. We pray to Guru. Gives us knowledge, facility. Right? How to use this facility? How can be done? Because we can be confused if we don't have that knowledge. So Guru provides the knowledge. Brajananda, Prabhananda. Guru gives the knowledge, Guru gives the test. Guru, by the instruction of Guru we follow. Then Radharan through Radharani, we get the taste of that Braj, Prema, experience of Braj. So if we follow the process, and we use everything in the pleasure of Krishna, then it has different effect. Same animals are there in the zoo, right? If you go to see in the zoo, there are animals are there. But same animals in the Braj, they are Brajvasis. Why? Because they are in the service of Krishna. They are engaged in the service of Krishna. And that's why Lord Chaitanya, when he was passing through the Jarikan forest, he was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, and all the even the lion and the deer, they hug each other. Right? How is that? Because Lord Himself is there. Lord is awakening the within their heart, that love. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did. Srila Prabhupada awakened our love for Krishna. Love was there. It was dormant. So Srila Prabhupada, through the instruction, through his association, he awakened that love in our heart. Srila Prabhupada was expert. He saw the little bit of spark of devotion in the person, any person, and he was expert to fan it and make it into fire of that devotion. He was expert. And that's what we need. We need that expertise to do that. And that's what in the spiritual world. So this is what we get by Diksha Guru, by the Vartman Acharya, Shiksha Guru, we get this knowledge. And they show us how to use these ingredients in Krishna's service for His pleasure. And that's why we say Rupa Goswami's instruction, Yena Kena Prakara, and everything used in Krishna's service for His pleasure. Besides our mind, body, and intelligence, our senses, mind, intelligence, ego. Besides that, all our belongings, our family members, everything we use in the service of the Lord, to please the Lord. That is the devotion. So therefore, that original Samvit potency from Balaram is injected into the heart of Jiva in the material world. And that personality who carries that projection, knowledge of Samvit potency of Baladev, is known as Guru. And that is the meaning of Guru Tattva. So this original Samvit potency presided by Balram, when that Samvit potency knowledge, potency projected in the heart of Jiva's soul in the material world. And that's what we do, right? We are also, and we go for preaching. Whatever we have heard, we inject that, we share with others. We are passing. It's like the mango taken from the tree is given in the Guru Parampara, passing, right? So we are also doing that by our sharing this message of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitanya. How? And this is what the spiritual world does. For the spiritual world, what gopis do? They play the instrument, sing, dance, right? And Lord Chaitanya did more than that. What Lord Chaitanya did is important. In Lord Chaitanya did that, we do just like gopis. Gopis does chanting, dancing, playing instruments, doing service, right? To please Lord Radha Krishna. So similarly, when we are doing the kirtan in the temple room, we are also playing the instruments, we are also chanting Hare Krishna, we are also dancing, right? So we are in that gopi mode. There we are like that gopis, we are doing that. And Lord Chaitanya did one more thing than that. What he did? Because in the Kali Yuga, people are not going to come to the temple. So Lord Chaitanya says, go out. Sankirtan, go out in the street. So any newcomers who has no knowledge, who has no understanding of anything, but he comes and he takes a part in this process of chanting, dancing. That is, he's always in the spiritual world by chanting, dancing, and of course feasting, prasada. This is a kitchen religion, so prasada has to be there. And prasada has to be delicious prasada, first class prasada. So that's why Lord Chaitanya movement is chanting, dancing, and feasting. So what the gopis are doing in spiritual world, same thing Lord Chaitanya has given this process in this Kali Yuga for us, to all these fallen souls of the Kali, to give them a chance to participate in chanting and dancing. So this, and then the last one is about the mood of Balram. Mood of Balram is the serve his brother. Serve his brother. Because the mood of Balram is to please him and serve him and please him. Please who? Krishna. That is his mood. And that's why when Krishna is going out to play, Mother Jasoda tells Balaram, she gives instructions to Balaram to make sure that your brother Krishna is naughty. So please, you take care of him. Please protect him. And usually Krishna does the naughty things when Balaram is not there. Right? When Balaram was not there in the Kaliya serpent time, Kaliya Daman, right? Balaram wasn't there. And Krishna jumped in the Jamuna. And all the Brajvasis and the cowherd boys and Nanda Maharaj, Jashoda and all, they are upset. They are in anxiety. And of course Balaram brings them. But Balaram knows that my brother is very strong. He will come through. There are the same as this Brahma Vivahan Lila. In Brahma Vivahan Lila, Balaram wasn't there. Balaram doesn't know what's happening. After the 1 year, before the 1 year is over, couple days before, Balram is wondering what is happening. Why these cows, they are running. The calf, which are usually cows drink. Cows allow the calf when the calf is little bit smaller. After the calf become bigger, the cow doesn't allow, mother doesn't allow to drink the milk. But here he was saying, Balram is saying that these calves are bigger and they are running towards the cows to drink the milk. And same as the cowherd men are running towards cowherd boys to hug them. And Balram said, this is little bit awkward. How is that happens? How is that? There must be something going on here. This whole year Balram doesn't know what happened. Finally Krishna says, yeah, it is. Don't tell, but the point is this is all thing is Brahma is doing this. Brahma had stolen. So same thing is one of the pastimes. I think how time is getting up. It's only a few minutes left. Also Balram killed the two demons. Dhenukasura and Pralambasura. These two demons. And those two demons represents the different anarthas. So anyhow, that is different pastimes of Balram. We can talk more about it of the Dhenukasura some other time. So, thank you, Prabhu. I think any questions, any comments, anything you wanna ask? Anybody has any question?
If anyone has any question, then you can please unmute your mic and go right ahead and ask. It seems so far the questions for I want to mention one thing. There are a few points that you made that stood out to me quite a lot. One of them was that the link between Samvit, Sandhini, and Hladini Shakti. And that was a very nice analogy that you gave. That Sandhini is the ingredients. In other words, we need so many things to do service, but how to use that in the proper way. We require knowledge.
Exactly.
And
yes,
with using the ingredients properly, with proper knowledge, then Krishna can have the experience of pleasure of our service, and we also experience pleasure in that. I appreciated that point very much. And also another point you made that Balaram is a teacher, but ultimately the examining body is Srimati Radharani.
yes.
I appreciated that point very much also. Thank you very much.
So nobody has any question, any comments, anything? I see all the names, but I don't see any faces around. So it's difficult to figure out who is who. If they can.
There's one comment in the chat. Somebody just expressing appreciation for the very nice class. Raman is expressing appreciation.
Radheshyam is not on the Zoom, huh?
I don't think so. I'm not seeing him. Maybe he might be looking. It's also being live on YouTube.
So there is no comment, no question, huh?
So fun. It's my comment. I'd like to express appreciation on behalf of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir here in Jhulana. I saw Vidura. Vidura, you had a question? I saw you put your camera on. Vidura, Prabhu?
He has to mute.
Hey, go ahead, Vidura.
No, Prabhu. I just wanted to.
Or you just given darshan. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
I see Rajarsi is also there.
Rajesh is also there. Yeah. He never misses these programs.
I see.
Thank you very much, Bhadra Prabhu, for the very wonderful, illuminating class. Very nice, very much appreciated.
Thank you. I hope you are in good health, you and your family.
Yes, thank you very much. We're okay by the Lord's mercy.
Stay safe.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So nice to have you.
Hare Krishna.
Alright.
Okay, so if there is some no question, no comments or anything, then we can end here.
Alright. Again, Prabhu, on behalf of Shishirada Gopinath and the management of the temple, we'd like to offer sincere gratitude to you for
Thank
taking
you.
time to share this Krishna hour with us.
Offer my obeisances to everybody. Panch Tattva Mataji, she was in touch with me.
Yes.
So I don't know whether she is on the Zoom or not, but
So she was there the last few days, but as tomorrow is Balaram's appearance day, then she's very busy.
I say, okay. Well, offer my obeisances to her and
Yes.
everybody. Thank you.
You mentioned one thing in the class that this is a kitchen religion, but unfortunately for tonight, devotees will have to get prasad from their own kitchen at the end of this program. However, just as an announcement for everyone, Shishirada Gopinath Mandir is arranging prasad for Lord Balaram's appearance day for everyone. At least, I think up to about 800 boxes of nice prasad will be prepared and offered to the deities and made available to everyone. Devotees just have to only indicate. So there are different devotees you can either collect in person at the temple, or there are persons who would be collecting at the temple and distributing in different areas. So you can get in contact with them. In Belmont, we have Mother Andy, who will be distributing prasadam there. In Aruka, we have Dhanya Mataji, who is distributing there. In Felicity, Pavana Prabhu. In the south area, Radharaj and Rasamanjari Mataji. And out of the Londonville Temple, Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir, the person to contact is Devendra Nuja Prabhu. So if anyone would like to get prasad tomorrow, then please contact any one of these persons. And if you're not in any one of these areas and you may want to assist in a particular area where devotees may be, then you can contact Mother Panchatattva directly. It's a very nice effort, even though we may not be able to gather and have program together, at least prasad would be available for everyone. So it's a very nice gesture being extended by Shishirada Gopinath Mandir. And tomorrow, the class or the katha in glorification of Lord Balaram would begin at 11 a.m. and the class would be given by His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami. So devotees can tune in tomorrow morning at by about 10:50 a.m. the meeting will start, and Maharaj should be on by about 11, and the class would go till 12 noon tomorrow, just in time for performance of worship either in our home and then honoring Prasad. So again, Bhadra Prabhu, we
Thank
make
you.
arrangements for this Prasad, but when
Thank
Alachua, you are able to gather and have programs, not so? Devotees are able to come together and have programs together.
Yeah, but there are restrictions. Everybody have to wear a mask and they have to stay 6 feet distance in the temple room. And prasadam is served in the packages. They are outside at the entrance of the temple property. There is a tent, and devotees just come and they stay in the car, and they just take the prasadam plate, box prasadam, and take it at home. Not gathering, sitting together in temple area, take prasadam. Just go
Actually,
ahead.
I tuned in for the Mangalarti program with the live stream from the temple, and I saw that
Yeah.
they put X's at different points in the floor.
Yes.
You know
Yeah,
where to
that's where you stand. That's where you stand.
Yeah.
Everybody 6 feet away distance.
Yeah.
Because at present Florida is little bit gone way up chart as far as COVID is concerned. last week we had to cancel Jacksonville Beach Rath Yatra. We had a Jacksonville Beach Rath Yatra. We had to cancel it because of Gainesville and Jacksonville are the main hotspot where they are there for this COVID. So let's hope it goes down in next couple of weeks, because we have next Rath Yatra in Clearwater Beach on September 18th. So we are planning fully to observe it, celebrate it, unless COVID really spreads and city, closes, but doesn't look like. So we are preparing for that Rath Yatra on September 18 in Clearwater Beach.
I hope everything
Thank you.
goes as planned and the Rath Yatra is actually able to come off. And from all of us here in Trinidad, we wish you a very spiritually enlivening and fulfilling Balaram appearance tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And thank you everyone for joining in tomorrow. Don't forget to contact Mother Panchatattva, any of the other devotees I would have mentioned regarding Prasad tomorrow. And the online class starts at 11 a.m. tomorrow, and the meeting would go live from about 10:50 in the morning, 10 minutes before. So you can tune in. I will also be broadcast simultaneously on YouTube once the meeting gets started. Again, thank you very much for joining in, and we wish you, all of you and your families, a very spiritually enlivening Lord Balaram's appearance day. And just as we're ending, we'll share some kirtan for a few minutes before ending the meeting. Hare Krishna, thank you very much.